I play a couple different characters and some Amazon women, good and bad. My character Lila is a harbinger, so she can see the future. I like this character because she's more kind of gentle in a way. I mean, she's still very strong, but because she sees the future, and sometimes it's very exhausting for her to see the future, she has some interesting turns that happen in this movie. And then I also played Artemis, who's just a warrior. So her thing is, fighting with the women and preparing for battle. So that was kind of a fun juxtaposition.
That's great. That's great. Can you tell us about the other character you played too?
For the other one, I played an evil Amazon. I can't remember the name of it, but it was more. They're very evil. So it was like animally and guttural. So much so that Andre was like, it's a little too animalistic. Let's pull back on the animal a little bit. But it was a lot of fun because you could go there and then just pull back from it. So that's just a smaller thing. She's more of just one of the bad guys.
So you're multi-talented. How do you do that? Go back from one character to another? Do you find yourself confused sometimes at all, or is it just...
It wasn't that difficult. I mean, there was a couple points in the script where I had to be one, like be Lila, and then soften it up, or then rough it up to play Artemis. But not really. I mean, when you're in that room and you're doing the work, everyone is supportive. If you don't get it the first time, the second time, or screams are very difficult. If you don't get the scream, some other lady will pick it up for you. So it was interesting, but it was it was a safe and nice environment, supportive environment.
That's fantastic. So what was it like working with Tim Daly?
I wasn't in the room with Tim. We shot a lot of the extra characters, Wonder Woman, the day that I was there, so I couldn't speak on that. I'm sure it was wonderful.
That's great. Are you going to do any more DC Universe projects?
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, I had a great time doing it. I did an episode of Batman the Bold and the Brave and the Bold, just as a small other character, so I have a great time doing it, so hopefully.
So when they make these films, do they just get your dialogue and then bring in the other people and just edit it together? Or?
Sort of. I mean, for Superman and Batman, they weren't there, but Wonder Woman was there, Barbara was there, so there was a big group of us there because there's a lot of dialogue kind of peppered throughout. And then the Amazon women, we all came back to do the fight scenes to match the mouths. So that was really fun too. So that was like 6 of us or 5 of us, and Andre would be like, give me a kick, bounce, hit, and you're like, I don't know that I can do that. What does that mean? But that was also a lot of fun.
So what was it like working with an iconic character? I mean, knowing that you're working with icons, Superman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
how did that feel? I mean,
it was pretty amazing being a part of it, especially because I have kids, but more importantly, my nephews are at an age where they're obsessed with the cartoons, and it's also neat because it's that kind of old style of cartoon, which feels so different than like the computer stuff that just gets, which is also can be great, but it, just talking to Susan and being like, you're Wonder Woman, like that's amazing, it was really, really cool.
That's great. That's great. So overall, what do you think about this movie? I mean, have you already seen it?
I have already seen it. I loved it. I thought it was a blast. I mean, the voice acting is incredible, and it's deep and evil and good, and I thought everyone in it was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
When you hear yourself, do you think, oh, that's just me, or do you actually like get fooled by how they've done it in the editing room?
There was a couple moments because I kind of played different Amazons where I was like, was that me? Did I, or like I think there was a phone call, one of the callers to the radio show. I was like, was that me? Did I do that call in? And I had to ask Susan, I'm like, did I do that voice? She's like, I thought it was you. So sometimes you don't know, but I knew I was looking out for Lila and then Artemis, so I was like, oh yeah, that's my voice.
That's great. Okay, well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
You too. Thank you.
Superman homepage.
Got it.
Thank
you very much. You too.
What do you think?